Hey everyone, and welcome back. Well, today we're going to take a look at this lock that I pulled out of the bucket of locks that Chris Aaron sent me, and this is Abortion by J.P. McPinnings. A little bit of a tick in the center, but not too bad. But it is a Schlage, probably 6-pinner. I can look at the key to be sure. I'm pretty sure it is 6-pin though. Yep, definitely a 6-pin key, or maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might be one riding on the tip there. So we'll see. It's a Schlage style keyway SC1 or SC4. So that means I can use a little shotgun in there to help me with the warding. And as far as the pick I want to use, I might use one of my short hooks to get started. Or not. Let's change that up a little bit. Let's go with a 13 thousandths pick I made. Even this 13 thousandths pick's having a little bit of trouble with that warding. So let's put that back in and change gears one more time. I'm going to go with my swoop. That really low cut pin there, pin slot number 2, is eating me up just a little bit here. But that got us open. All right. Alright, so let's slide some stuff out of the way here and get my pinning tray out. I've been making some challenge locks lately and getting a little bit piled up over there. Alright, let's get some stuff out of the way. Alright. So it is picked, and let's just use a pick to push that down. Didn't feel any T-pins inside of this one, so I'm going to proceed as if there aren't. I'm not going to worry about shimming. Definitely tell that the pin in chamber 2 there's right at the top. Pretty good overset trap. And it is only 5 pins. It's not pinned for 6. There's not one riding on the tip. A standard in 1. I've got a spool in 2. I've got a serrated in 3. A serrated in 4. And a standard in 5. We'll go ahead and take a look at the chambers here. Looks like I've got threadings in chambers 2 and 4, and everything else looks stock. And where'd my tweezers go? Oh, there they are. Over here in my pile of lock making stuff. Okay, I've got a spool in 1. Steel spring, Got a standard and 2, copper spring. I've got a kind of a spoolless serrated type guy and 3. The steel spring. I've got nicely serrated there in 4. The steel spring. And 5 is a mushroom spool with a steel spring. Let's look at the top, see if he did any mods up there. Yeah, actually I do see some threads in there, so let me get this a little closer. Kind of hard to make out, but definitely see threads on chamber 3. Come on, focus. Yeah, right there. It looks like that's the only chamber with threads. All right. But that's what we have in this lock abortion by J.P. McPinnings that Chris Aaron sent me. So let's take a real close look at the pins here, and we'll talk about these a little bit. Okay, I've got it's actually a tapered driver pin, or key pin, with a homemade spool. Then a homemade overset trap with this spool here. The standard above it. Then I got a nice serrated pin here with a real sharp lip on top. And this guy here is kind of a serrated spool combination. Steel spring, nicely serrated here, nice sharp lips, with a nice serrated above it. Steel spring, and I've got a standard, and I've got a mushroom spool, and a steel spring. Pretty cool lock, pretty fun to pick. Chris, thanks for sending it, and JP McPinnings, thanks for making it, man. I haven't picked very many of your locks. So let's go ahead and take a look at something else, because this is video number 410, and I did promise that I would be giving away some picks and some locks. So here's pick number 1, pick number 2, and pick number 3. So we'll go ahead and talk about these a little bit. The most popular pick was the DeForest Hybrid. Zoom in just a little bit. And these are just polished up to 1000 grit with this is a rosewood handle. Rosewood was the most popular wood. The second most popular pick was the DeForest Diamond. And the second most popular wood was pretty much a toss-up between cherry and walnut. And this has a walnut handle. And actually I went a little bit further on these picks and put an extra coat of polyurethane on them, makes them pretty shiny. And once again, ground up to 1000 grit. And last but not least, we've got cherry and a gem. So this is a gem with a cherry handle and also polished to 1000 grit. Looks like a pretty good little pick. I'm kind of jealous that I'm giving these 3 away, because I went a little bit above and beyond on those. All right, but that's part of it. The other part of it is a master lock, and it is a Master Lock Series 6835, and it is brand new. Key is still in the bag. And it's got a 6-pin core, and it's a pretty good pick, these locks. Pretty good training lock. Then the next thing is I've got a challenge lock that I made especially for this giveaway. It's a Yale. Key's a little bit stiff getting that. You gotta pinch it a little bit. But right now it's going to be ornery with me because it was working good last night. There we go. And there's the key. It is just a little bit sticky getting in and out, but it does work. And that one's called 400. And tried something new with these key pins. The reason why this key's cut so jagged like this is I went with very, very sharp points on some of the key pins to make sure that you couldn't get purchase on it with your pick. But that's an experiment. And then last but not least, we've got this Lockwood. And I did make a key for it. Pretty nasty bitting. Especially right there in the back of the lock. But it does work really nice. And it does have all the nice Lockwood pins in it. Alright, so now is the time to grab a winner, isn't it? Okay, I've already got it loaded up here in my handy dandy tablet. 43 unique commenters, so not as many on this one as there has been in the past. So, well, let's go ahead and start the raffle. Glenn Clarkson. All right. He says, congratulations on 400 videos. I also enjoy them. Picks, well, they're all good, but I think the most popular would be the Gem, the Reach, and the DeForest. Well, you got two of your favorites there, bud. Congratulations, Glenn Clarkson. What you need to do within 1 week, you need to send an email to my email account. That's listed in the description of every video I produce. And you got 1 week to do that. If you don't do that within a week, I will draw another winner. Alrighty. Congratulations, Glenn Clarkson. And everyone else, thank you all very, very much. I appreciate everything everybody's been doing for our community. All the help I've gotten throughout this last year and 400 videos. And yeah, I just appreciate all of it. And yeah. Kind of losing words there just a little bit, but I'm not the most eloquent speaker in the world. So everyone, please stay safe. Don't do anything illegal. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. You know, I was actually looking over on my other table where I had all the locks for this giveaway. And I forgot that I had included a multi-lock oval. It was still sitting right there. But yeah, just a little addendum there, guys. Multi-lock oval. And this one is a pretty tough little pick. I've picked it a couple of times. I have picked it on camera. But, yeah. That's a good dimple lock to learn how to pick multi-locks on. Thanks, everybody, again. And have a great day. Yeah. Let's have another addendum here, guys. Mainly because my memory's crap and I filmed the first video 10 days ago. I forgot something else. Well... the Stanley multi-tool. It is a brand new one, and that one's going in there as well. I knew I was forgetting something, but until I looked behind me and looked on my computer desk, I realized I forgot to grab this. But this is actually a pretty decent little tool. I've been using it, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. I mean, the knife can use a little bit of sharpening out of the box. The screwdrivers are all right. And the pliers, they got a nice feel to them. But that was the last item that I was going to include in this one. Man, I need to start taking me some ginkgo biloba or something, guys. There we go. Y'all take care.